Hi, my name's Kevin and I'm the Bad Back Gardener. In today's video I'm going to be showing you my tall pot tomatoes. Now I call them my tall pot tomatoes because these are my early tomatoes. And I get them started early in the year as I can. These ones were started about 3 weeks ago in January. And a couple of them didn't grow, so I got some various size ones here that I had to replant. But I'm going to show you today what I do to help them hopefully stay thick and healthy as they grow. So I started these plants, like I said, about 3 weeks ago, and I put 1 or 2 plants in each pot here, and I created 8 pots altogether. And I have some of very different sizes, like I said, because one of the pots didn't sprout, so I had to replant it, so it's a little bit smaller, and I'll show you that one right here. This is what they kind of look like shortly after I planted them. Let's see if you can, yeah, you can see them there. And so they're only about that tall right now in the pot, but these other ones have kind of taken off here, and they've grown pretty good. This one here today, I'm going to show you. So I got different sizes here. This one's just starting to peak above the pot, and I get these are nursery pots. So these are like something you'd get like a shrub or something to come in that you'd plant, and they're nice and tall. They're about 8-inch tall pots. So what I do is I take and I just only put about this much soil in the pot. I only put like maybe 3 inches of soil on the bottom of the pot. That's where I plant my tomatoes, and then I let them grow up through there, and they'll get about this big. Now these ones here are starting to peak out. So this is right in the edge of what my next step will be, which I'm going to show you today. My next step is going to be, and I'll do it with this pot here, is because the soil is only this 3 inches deep, I want the pot soil height to be about that tall altogether. So now that they've reached above the pot with the main spread of their leaves, now I'm going to fill them up to the top of the pot. And what that's going to do is it's going to allow that section of stem that came up out of the ground to start growing roots out. So I'm going to have a nice big thick root ball here, and that should help thicken the plants up and help them. So we'll get started with that. Now into this pot, before I add my soil, I'm going to put in a little bit of Terrasorb. It's just a water saver. I'm not going to put in a whole lot into this little pot, but I'm just going to put a little bit in, and it'll help with watering. So if I forget to water or something, it'll hold a little moisture in there. And then I'm also going to put in a little bit of Osmocote fertilizer. Not a whole lot, because my potting mix, if you've seen my video of my homemade seed starting mix, has worm castings and has some stuff in it and chicken compost in it to help them grow as well. But I'm just going to put a little bit of that in there. So I did that. So now it's not anything complicated. All I'm going to do is just fill these up, and then it'll go past those first set of leaves in the plant. But that's all right. It won't hurt anything that those are buried. It'll just should thicken the stem up, the part that's sticking out. So we're just going to bury these. And I'm going to try and make them standing up here as best as I can. Now I usually plant, like I said, 2 to 3 seeds in each pot. Ideally, if one came up, that would be the best thing to do it. But since I got 2 to grow and they come up and they look healthy, I'm going to leave them both in the pot. I hate to destroy a perfectly looking tomato plant, even though they say that sometimes is better for the plant. I myself have a hard time destroying a nice healthy plant, or picking it and killing it. You have to excuse me today, I have a cold again, so I'm still struggling to get over the cold here. So I got this within about a ½ inch of the top here. So those are nice and stiff now. The only thing I am going to do, and I don't have it with me right now, but I'll show you at the end, At this point I want to put in, although you can do it later, but when I do this I usually put in the some bamboo poles here so I have something to tie it onto as it gets taller, and just to keep it from falling over at some point. But I like to do it now because I can see I know where my roots and stuff are, where my stem and stuff is. When they get bigger, the roots, I don't want to disturb the roots as least as possible by sticking something in there. But you can do it. It probably wouldn't hurt all that much, but that's what I'm going to do with that one. So that's basically all I'm doing. That's why I call them the tall pot, because I end up with about 8 inches of soil, 7-8 inches of soil. And then I get root growth the whole way down the stem, and it seems to work pretty good. So that's going to do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Catch up with me on Facebook. You can also email me at bbgardner@zoominternet.net. And as always, if your back ain't hurting, you ain't working.